everyone, this is Joelle from Nevertheless She Budgeted, and I do budgeting videos and debt payoff videos. If you have been following along with me, I've been doing this since about August of last year, and as you can see, just got logged into the EveryDollar app. I did take a little bit of a break in February. I kind of needed it. I was kind of just trying to handle some things mentally and just get through the month, and I was just having a rough month, so I needed a tiny break from YouTube. So I'm back now, newly single, so there's that. That will be changing my budget up a little bit, but not much. So I'm just gonna get right into this, and we can go over what I have planned for March. So first of all, I'm just gonna hit start planning for March, and this is just gonna copy my budget from last month. It makes it a little easier when I'm changing the numbers around and stuff. So my paychecks, this is actually gonna be a cent less. I don't know what's going on. I actually got paid on Saturday, which I never get paid on Saturday. And I think that's right now. So I never get paid on Saturdays. I always get either paid the Friday before if it is a holiday, or I get paid right on the first. I'm sorry, if it's a holiday or a weekend, I usually get paid on that Friday prior. But if the first falls on a Monday, then I usually get paid on Monday. So I'm just pretending that I got paid today. Today is the 1st of March. And so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna just pretend here. So I'm gonna go ahead and zero that out. And I put this in my stimulus from last month. I was budgeting throughout the month for myself, even though I wasn't doing it for YouTube. This wasn't my stimulus, this was my tax refund. So I just threw that all at my car. So that was all that I did with that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and zero that out. I don't have anything else that I plan on coming in. Big news, I did end up getting a part-time job. So it's not gonna be a ton of hours, it's not gonna be a ton of money. It's just a little something to help bump my debt payoff and hopefully my emergency fund at some point. But yeah, so for now, what was I gonna say? For now, I'm just doing it because, well, it makes a little money to help with debt. So it's nothing like any major income or anything, but it'll help a little bit. And hopefully that means that I will make my goal, my stretch goal of getting all of my debt paid off by the end of the year. That is my big goal, I guess, but my overall goal is to just get the car paid off. If that happens in January or February, it's not the end of the world, but hopefully with the second job, I can actually, make a little bit extra progress a little bit quicker and get that train moving. So moving down, I don't have anything that I'm putting into savings at the moment. I actually decreased my cushion to $100, so I do have to go in there and change that, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So holidays and gifts, I'm using my monthly budget tracker, and I actually made some changes if you can't see that here, but I made some changes just because I ended up deciding to switch around my sinking funds just a little bit. I'm not going to be focusing on as many as I had originally planned for the year. But I'm still going to be doing quite a few. So holidays and gifts does fall into that. It has $13 in there, and I'm going to be putting an extra $22 in this month, so $11 per paycheck. Christmas, I'm not starting yet. I decreased that budget because of my relationship status changing. I don't need to spend as much this year. There's car tags. I don't actually know. I don't think I've got anything in car tags right now. So because I did spend in December for my car tags, and I haven't put anything in there since then. So I'm going to be putting $40 in this month. That's $20 per paycheck. For my subscriptions, these are what I'm not going to be funding anymore. So moving down, you see my subscriptions here. I do have $6 in Planet Fitness, and I don't think I have any money in any of the other ones. But I'm actually decided that I'm not going to be funding these for the rest of the year. The reason being is I can cash flow these. It's not the end of the world if I throw $80 at something that month. I just have to remember that it's coming up for that month. So I'm keeping them in my EveryDollar budget because I want to be able to remember that they are going to come up. So there's that. Okay, so pets. I ended up spending on pets. let me see here. Back in February, I don't think that I put the transactions in, but I ended up spending $730 out of pets last month. Oh, yep, it's in there. So I have $70 remaining. So going into March, I'm going to be adding, I have a sinking fund amount that I'm adding, and then I have a separate amount that I am going to be putting into the pets category further down. So I'm only going to be putting $30 towards the sinking fund. And what I'm actually going to do here is take out $70 and I'm gonna put it up top. I think it's under, I don't remember what it's called, but I'm gonna put it up top. So I'll put it up here in income from my sinking funds, put 70 here. And then I will move that down to pets down here, cats. So I'm gonna put 70 for now. That will change, but that's just where I'm putting it at the moment, so that it kind of zeroes it out from what I put as my income. Okay, so self-care and beauty and clothes, I'm not putting anything in at the moment. For house, I am actually increasing that now. My goal is to have $2,000 put towards the house sinking fund throughout the year. By the end of the year, I won't have $2,000 in my sinking fund because I will be spending that throughout the year. But this is just my input goal of $2,000. So I'm actually going to be putting $207 into house. That's $104 or $104 the first paycheck, and $103 the second paycheck. For updates and renovations, I'm doing $182, and then for vacation, I'm actually not adding anything in. Now, vacation has $85 in it, so I might actually end up pulling that out and putting it towards something. Pebbles, again, if you haven't been following along, or if you have, she has been feeling super icky lately. Since probably November, she's been throwing up and just not feeling well, and we've done all of the diagnostics, and finally we figured it out. So I took her for an ultrasound, and that's what that big bill was last month. And she ended up eating something. I don't know what it is. It's something that's 2 centimeters and curved. I don't know what that means. So she's gonna need a surgery, and I have that scheduled for the 16th. I know it's a little far out, but it gives me a couple paychecks. And on top of that, she's been living with it for 3 months now. So I don't see why waiting 2 more weeks is gonna kill her. It's not, you know, so. And they didn't find it on the x-ray because it's not bone and it's not metal. So that just leads me to believe that whatever it is sort of probably malleable, or it's not something super sharp that's gonna like perforate anything, especially since it's been in there for a couple months. But anyways, sorry for the gory details. But that is why I'm kind of like working with my funds and seeing what I have sitting elsewhere. So again, with the Planet Fitness, I've got $6, and then vacation, I've got $85, and I don't plan on going anywhere at the moment. I do have a Cedar Point trip coming up in June, just because my family is coming down to visit me, and so I want to be able to entertain them, and so we're gonna go to Cedar Point for a couple days, and then they're gonna come to my house. So I might keep that in there, but depending on if I need it, if I can avoid jumping and dipping into my emergency fund, then I'd rather do that. So that's there just in case. So for my mortgage, the first paycheck, I'm gonna be putting my $589.77. These may seem like random numbers, but I kind of mathed it out so that my bills were about equal. So it's not like I'm getting bombarded with a big bill at the beginning of the month and then nothing in the second half of the month. So I tried to split it, and by splitting it 50-50, it still gave it a more uneven number by like $100 or something like that. So I wanted to get it even closer to even for both paychecks. So that's why these numbers are a little weird. So $589.77 for the first pay, and then $451 for the second. Electricity, I do have the final number for that, but I'm going to just put in 100 because for the beginning of the month, I like to put that in and then see how much I actually end up spending. So I do know it's going to be about a $19 difference. Cell phone stays the same. My utilities, I'm budgeting $70 because that's what I always budget for utilities. Natural gas is keeping at $62 because I'm on a budget plan with my natural gas company. And then for internet, it's $72, and that's what it is for now. It should stay like that for a few more months. Hopefully it doesn't increase too much. For groceries, I'm going to keep it at $170. And eating out, I'm going to do $50 a piece. The reason that I switched this up last month was because I was basically using my eating out fund as a sinking fund for Valentine's Day. We ended up going out to a really nice restaurant, and so I ended up spending $100 the second half of the month versus the first half of the month, and we kind of made a goal to not eat out for the first half of the month. So I put $100 in eating out for the second half of the month. So I hope that made sense, but now we're back to normal, and I'm going to be doing $50 per paycheck. And I just picked up a Little Caesars, but I had some extra rollover money, so I haven't even dipped into that money yet. Okay, so for travel, I'm going to keep it at $35 per paycheck, and that has been working really, really well as long as I don't go out of town or do any like toll road driving. And then auto insurance is going to be the same. Personal, I always give myself $15 per paycheck, so that's $30 for the month. And so now the cats has 70, and I'm going to actually be adding, 70 plus 700. So I'm doing $350 per paycheck, and this is what I'm trying to recoup for her Pebbles' surgery that's coming up. I do also, since I paid $730 to the other vet to get the ultrasound done last month, I have put a claim in with their pet insurance, and so I should be getting, I have to pay my deductible, so my deductible is $250 per cat, and then after that I get 90% of whatever's left over, so I think that's going to be about it's going to be about like $400, so that'll be a really nice little addition to the $770. My goal is to come up with $1,200 so that I can cover this surgery, and if I have to, I can dip into my sinking funds for the additional money for like an overnight stay for some reason if that was to come up. But hopefully she won't need that. Hopefully the surgery will go well and I can just bring her home that night and keep an eye on her myself. So moving down, we have massage and gym. Netflix is the same, XM radio is the same, and then my iTunes subscriptions, I'm back down to 99 cents. The $14.92 last month was my Movavi Clips, which is the editing software that I use on my computer. I downloaded the app on my phone, and so now I can edit a lot of my videos on my phone and then send them to myself and add the intros and outros on my computer. It just makes it that much easier, and I use my phone way more, so I'm a little bit more dexterily better on my phone than I am on my computer. It just takes way less time. So I'm trying not to keep this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and move on down. So as you can see, I moved some things around here in my debt, and I also made a payment last month of $320 to my Citibank card. What I ended up doing is, I will go back to February because it'll kind of help explain. What I ended up doing was doing a balance transfer to both my Apple and my Citibank cards from my car loan. So I took $3,000 from the car loan, as you can see here. I did $3,106.80 from my car loan, and I put it onto my Citibank card. And that includes the difference. My Citibank balance limit is $3,200, so that $94.20 is what went to, or $93.20 went to interest up front, or not interest really. It was a balance transfer fee. The balance transfer fee on the Citibank card was 3%. And the balance transfer fee on the Apple card was 4%, which are both lower than my 5.39% on my my car loan. So I'm saving, not a lot, it's like $100 or $150. So it's not a ton of money, but it was saving me just that much more in interest. So I figured I would do the balance transfers, and these are 0% APR offers until the end of the year. So my goal is, or my idea here is to pay, I took the number of pay periods between the time that I did the transfer and the time that the transfer APR rate ends, and I divided it by that number, and I got a number that I would pay towards that card till to pay them down over that time. So it's not strenuous or anything, but now it's not necessarily in my snowball, if that makes sense, but it's just a set payment that I'm going to make every month, like a minimum payment, even though those balances are lower, and I end up paying pretty much the same price. I just want to get rid of the car loan first, and then it'll even out. They're gonna pretty much end all at the same time. So it just saves me a little bit in interest, and that's basically what I did. So as you can see, I did that with my Citibank, and I did that here. I didn't type it in correctly, but I did it with my Apple Card too. And my Apple Card has a $22.50 limit on it. So that's what I ended up transferring, as much as I could minus the limit. So for my Apple Card, it's not due until the end of the month because its 0% APR promo ends later. It's like a month difference than the Citibank promo. This one I don't have to start today on the 1st. I can start it on the 15th because it's not due until like the 27th or something. So I'm only going to be putting $125, but from now forward, I'm going to be putting $250 towards that each month. So $125 for now. Citibank is going to stay the same. It's going to be $320 for the whole month, so $160 per pay. And so that evens out to exactly how many pay periods I have between now and the time that I need to pay the card off. And then my car loan planned is going to be whatever's left up here in left to budget. So it's going to be $440. Oh, I'm so wrong here. I am so sorry. Let me go back up here. So let me add another item. And this is going to be my other and special spending. So this is on my spreadsheet here. I have it. Let me show you up close here. On my other and special spending, I have like a few things here that I'm planning for that are things that happen per the month. They're not things that happen every March. They're not things that happen every month. It's just happening this month. So I need to pick up a uniform for my new job. I need to pick up boots for my full-time job because our uniforms are changing out and it's the official start date of the uniform rollout, or I guess the uniform like officially I have to wear it now. Starts in April. So I want to get the boots because I hate the boots that they issued me. And then I owe money to my alarm company for the house, and my when I took my trip in December to New York, I went through some tolls that I just got the bill for. So put money aside for that. So that's going to be $257 total. Hopefully I spend less than that, but I doubt it. Maybe I'll make some extra money too. I just sold my printer, so I will be making some money off of that. And then what's left here, as you can see, is $183.33. I don't know why that's all I have left. Maybe I'm getting more here. I think that's what I should have 34. That's fine. $183.34 is what's going towards my car. So that ends up to be a zero-based budget. Anything that I don't spend on my bills, so my electricity and my utility bills, when those come in, they'll be different than what I budgeted. That will either go to or come out of my car loan, and then any extra money I make from my new job and selling my printer will go towards things. So that should really help me out a lot. I'm hoping to get my first paycheck in a couple weeks from this new job, but we will see how that all goes. So I don't know how much it's gonna be. I'm really just excited to have a change of pace, but I think that ends this video. I'm so sorry it took so long, but I wanted to explain why I haven't been here in a really long time and why I haven't posted. I do plan on starting back up my schedule. With the new job, I will be off every other Thursday and Tuesday. So those will probably be my posting days that I will record and post videos. Unless I'm not busy in the evenings, then I might do stuff in the evenings. But for now, those are the days that I'm planning on posting, is every other Thursday or Tuesday, just depending on the week that I'm in. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new, I really would love a thumbs up and a subscribe. You guys help out my channel so much when you subscribe to the channel, and I know it's not too much skin off your back, hopefully. If you are a current subscriber, thank you so much for returning, and please go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Again, it helps my channel so much. So you guys are awesome for joining me, and I know some of you checked in with me in the comments on some previous videos, so I really appreciate that, and hopefully I can continue to provide you guys with my updates and stuff like that. So you guys have a great rest of your month, rest of your pay period, rest of your whatever. Make good choices and make good financial choices. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. All right, thanks, bye.